This is my 97 Mark III Golf GTI. I bought for £500 because it had been sat after a crash. The car was full of mould and needed a whole new front end, so I got to work replacing the whole front end on this car. I then got to work replacing lots of other things that this car desperately needed. I then sorted the interior out, found a set of really nice staggered Porsche 993 wheels. Then I sorted the wheels out, had to measure for adapters. We got the wheels painted in this gorgeous graphite colour, and then we got them on the car. Next was to put a stainless steel catback 2.5-inch Powerflow exhaust system on the car. We then did a quad headlight conversion on the front, new blacked out indicators, and fitted some really nice rear lights. We then replaced all the bushes front and rear on the suspension with these lovely orange poly bushes to give the car its perfect ride and some awesome handling. And in today's video we're going to be sorting out this manky engine bay and making it look as nice as the car does. Okay, this is the engine before. As you can see, it's grimy as hell, my engine. Look at it. Very, very grimy, even the battery. Look at the strut tops. Even all the ABS pump. Look at the dirt on it. Everything is grimy as hell. So, I'm gonna get to work and try this stuff out. Extra strength and a nice stiff brush. I'm gonna get to work on this. First, I'm going to be coating the engine all in the corners, all the little grimy places with this special stuff that I've got that should burn off most of all the grime. Then I'll be using a stiff brush to get into all the corners, loosen up all the dirt, just to get all the debris loosened up, ready for me to rinse all this crap off. Then it's a case of rinsing off all the chemical stuff, then using a microfiber cloth to give it a good bloody wipe over and see if I can bring this engine up to look better than it has been anyway. And there we have it. Just a quick wash. I didn't go massively overboard with it. I also used sponge and a microfiber to give it a good wash down of all these type of bits. But look at it now. Look at this. Yeah. We're not just going to give the engine bay a good bloody clean, we've also got a full silicone hose kit to go on. We've got a brand new aircon condenser, and we've got a brand spanking new radiator to go in as well. We're giving this engine bay the full treatment. Right, I just want to quickly stop the video there just for a second to do a quick shout out to two young lads that I've heard watch my videos with their dad. Right, and I've heard these young lads are really looking forward to seeing what I do with this motorbike. So I want to do a quick shout out to Dion and Taig Nutting. Right, just want to do a quick shout out to you guys. I want to say thank you for watching, and I've heard you guys are legends. Okay, and your dad is an absolute legend as well. So make sure you look after your dad. All right, lads. Okay, cheers for watching, and let's carry on with the video, shall we? Let's tear this front end apart so I can get to it all. First I remove the grille, then I'll be removing the headlights by removing the 8mm nuts that hold both the headlights in place. Then I will be removing the bumper by undoing the 10mm bolts on the top of the bumper. Then I'll be getting underneath and undoing the 10mm bolts underneath the bumper. Then I'll be undoing the clips on the side in the wheel arches, and then hopefully the bumper should then come off. Then I will move the 4 13mm bolts that hold the crash bar on, then the 4 8mm bolts that hold the front clip to the crash bar. Okay, front end is now off. Now we need to get the aircon condenser off first. It's literally little bolts there, and I've got to undo that, and there's another one down there I've got to get to. So if I undo that, and that, then yeah, should be able to get this off. Okay, this is a 22mm. No idea if this pressurized. That just came off quite easily then. And then we'll just undo that. There we go, that is off. That should just pull out. Yes. Aircon thing out. Right, now down to this one. So this one is proven to be a bit harder. There's the nut there. I'm trying to turn it, but this pipe is just twisting. So I've got to try and hold that and then hold that at the same time. But you can't actually get anything to this, so bear with me.
A few moments later.
Okay, it took a while, but I finally got it out by holding that bit and then undoing it. Anyway, right now, if we get these 4 little, I think they're 8mm bolts out, that should all come out. Okay, now the messy bit. I've got to pop a pipe off and just let all the coolant bugger off across the road. Oh, there we go. come out now. I just unplug this plug here. There we go. There's the old radiator. So we need to swap this sensor over onto that new radiator. But before I do that, now all the coolant's drained out, I'm going to start replacing hoses. Right, let's start with the most obvious ones. Yeah. I don't really know where to start here, if I'm honest. It's a shame I can't get this. I'm not going to take the whole front end off. It'd be easier to get to. I wonder if I should. Actually, that might be a lot easier. I might just remove the whole front clip. I've removed it enough because I want to be able to get to these pipes here. It's got the bonnet cable and everything else. I'm just going to leave that on. I've had to pull the wiring loom out of it and stuff, so it's hanging here. Maybe just clip into these clips here, but it's now out the way enough for me to get to the pipes I need to get to, so that'll do. If you're wondering why I've taken the whole front clip off as far as I can, it's because of these. Look at these. How are you meant to get to them? Down here, man. This is gonna be fun. Okay, I decided to just start going through everything, undoing the Jubilee clips and trying to get off as many of them weird clampy clips as I can. That way I can just get the pipes off and then I can figure it out as I go. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be honest. I managed to get this nest off, and what I've done is I've placed them over here next to their parts that will match. And the good thing is, look, the old one had all this, but the old one is like this. You've got it's like lots of different pieces in one, but that gets replaced with a single piece, which is really cool. This one here, it's got this thing. This one's the same. This comes with a plastic bit attached, but the one it's replaced with is actually one whole piece, so that's good. I've still got to get this pipe off the bottom here, and then I can start getting them back on in this area, and that'd be cool. If you're like me, you buy a lot of cars and you sell a lot of cars, right? If you're thinking about buying a car, go and check out Vehicle Score, okay? This is it here, right? Go and check out Vehicle Score. On Vehicle Score, you can do HBI checks, you can check previous MOTs, you can check history of a vehicle, you can check the mileage, you can check the specs of a vehicle, right? You just type the reg in and you can find out, like before you buy a car and get stung, you can find out everything pretty much that's gone on in the life of that car. You can find out if it's been crashed. You can find out if the mileage is a proper mileage for it. It chucks up warnings. You can test if it's MOT'd. You can see if it's taxed. You can see all sorts. Previous MOTs, the lot, the works, right? If you want to go and check out a vehicle before you buy it, which I really do recommend because I've been stung many times and it's not nice, right? If you want to check out a vehicle's history and all that stuff before you go and buy a vehicle, go and check out Vehicle Score, okay? Trust me, it's a must. You really got to do it, because if you don't, you're a mug.
A few moments later.
Got that one on. Now we want to make sure this one goes on that way. So I'll make sure I can get to that. Make sure I can get to that there.
One eternity later.
Okay, after a lot of faffing around, we finally got these ones in and on. Give them a clean afterwards. But they are on and done up and good to go. Right, now we've got all the rest of them to go. This is a lot more intensive than I thought it was going to be. But we're getting there. Okay, so I cracked on doing all the other ones in this area here. This job, my God, this was a lot more involved than I really thought it was going to be. I was thinking, oh yeah, I've just got some hoses, I'll just chuck them in and it'll be an easy job, but my God, I was wrong. Some of these clips I had to use Jubilee clips instead of the clampy ones because there was no access to get to them. This was an absolute ball ache of a job. After a lot of messing around, I finally got these ones on. They were a nightmare to get up there, to do them Jubilee clips up and stuff up there. I just swapped them for Jubilee clips because these clampy things just weren't working. Right now, I've got these hoses here, this one here that runs along here and behind here. So I pulled that off, and then I want to undo this bracket and see if that gives me access. Next, look at these small lines. These run to here. In this tiny little gap here, I've managed to get one off. One hose off. And then how am I going to undo that clip on that one and get that one off without taking the bloody rocker cover off?
A few moments later.
We've now resorted to taking the bloody cam cover off
so I could get to these. What a pain in the ass job.
Now it's a case of putting the new radiator back in, exactly the same as when we took the old one out. It's just a reverse process. So let's get this bad boy in the vehicle. And now let's also get the aircon condenser in the vehicle. Also a reverse of taking the old one out. Let's get this thing in, bolt it up, put all the pipes back on it, and happy days. Let's get this crash bar back on the car and bolted up exactly where it should be. Now let's get this bumper back on the car, back where it should be, making the front of the car look complete again. Get the headlights back in to give it that nice evil look that comes with these gorgeous quad headlight conversions. And now get the grille back on the car. Okay, after a lot of blood, sweat and tears, and a lot more work than I anticipated, it's now done. Yeah, it's done. Do you want to see what it looks like? Here's a before. And here is the now. As you can see, I painted the rocker cover. I only painted that because I had to take it off anyway to get to them pipes. So I thought while it was off, sod it, I might as well paint it. And I had some brake caliper paint, which is heat proof, so that'll work. I actually broke my bloody breather pipe when I was messing around, but I just sleeved it with that and it seems to work fine, so that's all good. These bits down here are done, that's all on. Everything is how it should be now. Could do with another clean, to be honest, but all the pipes are in, that's all done to the back. Everything is looking a lot better than it was. So there we have it, people. Okay, now I've made sure all the hoses are done up. Everything's done up everywhere where it should be, and we need to fill it back up with coolant. So I use red coolant in mine. I'm going to fill this up, let it get to about there, where the maximum line is, and then we're going to start the engine, let it sit, turn the heater on inside the car so it opens the valve for that. Heater core, we're going to let it circulate, we're going to let it get up to temperature. Hopefully the thermostat will open up, allowing it to go through the radiator and we won't get any stupid airlocks. And then once it's been sat for a while, everything's opened up and there's no bubbles coming out of here and it's all good, the level's right, the coolant has then been put back in the vehicle. So
A few moments later.
okay, the car is fully up to temperature. So now we are just waiting for the fans to kick in. I've already checked the lower coolant hose down there and that is hot. So the thermostat has opened. There should be coolant now going through the new radiator. That is still sitting perfectly there. I put a bit too much in, but we can drain it out a bit at the end. I was anticipating that dropping, but so there's coolant going through the radiator now. I'm just waiting for the thermal switch to switch on to let me know that the temperature of the radiator is up and the coolant is going past the sensor. Then the fans should kick in. We'll quickly check under the car, see if there's any drips or anything on the floor. I can see nothing. There's no drips, not a single drip anywhere, and it should be up to pressure now, so that's bloody good. We have no leaks. The fans have just kicked in. The fans have just kicked in. Right. I'm going to run for a bit and then just see if I lose any pressure or anything. And there we have it, people. Finished. No leaks anywhere. It runs up to temperature all right. Everything works. Fans kick in. Happy days. Next on the agenda, not today, but in the future, I'm going to be wanting to get some new HT leads, some nice red ones, and I'm going to be slowly doing this up over time. I don't want to get a nice cone filter, maybe a vent in the bonnet, but yeah, it's going to be my dream car now. I'm just going to get stuck into this baby. So that is that sorted. There we go, people. That is sorted. Engine is looking sweet, way better than it was anyway. It's no show engine, but it's still way better than it was anyway. So I'm well happy with that. It looks really good. It's so much better than it did before. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that stuff, because it really helps out the channel. The more likes you do and stuff, and if you're not subscribed, it's totally free, go and do it. But for now, another job done on the GTI. This thing's come a very long way, and I'm really proud of it. The bloody airplanes bugger off when I'm filming. Anyway, I will see you in the next one, people.